This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports on a Monday. I am Julian Gibson. Last month, Jamaican sprint queen Veronica Campbell-Braun tested positive for a banned substance. Now, two more high-profile athletes facing that same fate. American 100-meter record holder Tyson Gay and Jamaican sprinter Asafa Powell, along with four other Jamaicans, will miss next month's World Track and Field Championships in Russia. Charles Fisher speaking with a local doctor on this unfortunate turn of events.
Prominent track and field medical officer Dr. Ricky Davis says he was caught by surprise to learn that two profile athletes like Jamaican Asafa Powell and American Tyson Gay was caught using performance-enhancing drugs.
At this day and time, these athletes should be aware that drug testing is inevitable. And therefore, if they are doing something illegal, they will be caught. With the case with Tyson Gay, his anti-doping test was done out of competition. And therefore they found him to be positive out of competition. A lot of the athletes assume that they will only be tested during competition, not out of competition. But now there's out of competition testing. The athletes have to give their whereabouts, where they are living, where they are traveling, and therefore at any time, any day, somebody can come and dope test them.
Is it on the athletes, coaches, or the trainers to know what is on the banned list?
Once you are the athlete, you are responsible for yourself and you are responsible for what goes on in your surroundings. When you go to your physician, it is your duty to ask the physician in detail or in depth exactly what this medication is for, why I'm taking this medication, and is this an anti-ban doping medication.
Bahamian athletes have had a good track record when it comes to banned substances. It's their pride of country and relationship with doctors.
Most of the time, if the athletes have an injury or have any sort of flu or cough, they basically will call the physician. Most of the time, they will call me, ask me if this is the type of medication they can take or they can use, and therefore they have somebody who is knowledgeable about anti-doping and can advise them properly on what medication to take and what not to take. Even down to some of the foods, you have to be very careful of the foods you eat. And some of these ingredients have some banned substances that are there that some individuals are not knowledgeable. And therefore, if they're not knowledgeable, then I can understand that can be a mistake for them taking the food that they're not knowledgeable that is barred from them in competition.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Still talking track and field, with the Bahamas not returning with any medals from the World Youth Track and Field Championships. Coach Peter Pratt says that meet is no carifta. The competition is always tough.
World Youth is very difficult because the standards that the other countries come with all the varying countries, they are Olympians. If you check the times and the distances, they are Olympic caliber athletes. They're not just junior athletes like carifta athletes. And so when you go to World Youth, you're looking at future Olympians.
And the Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships took place on Saturday night at the National Theatre for the Performing Arts on Shirley Street. It was Jimmy Norris taking the men's overall title. The ladies' overall championship was Lorraine Lafleur. Now the best overall fitness champion was Donita Fry.
It's been good. I've been prepping for this show for the past 8 weeks because I just did a show in Panama City, Florida, and I wanted to make the national team to go to the CAC to represent the Bahamas again. And it's been good. I mean, I had a good prep, good coaching, and now it's just executing it tonight.
Are you satisfied with the form and the physical condition you're in?
Yeah, because each competition what I do is I compete against myself. If I'm better than the last show, then yes, I'm satisfied and I'm better than the last show. So I came in tighter. We wanted my legs to be a little bit harder. We did that, and we didn't get too hard, so I feel good, yeah.
How much work go into looking like this?
A lot. I mean, I train 6 times a week. I do cardio twice a day. I weight train every body part. I eat 6 meals a day. I measure everything, weigh everything. I drink 1.5 gallons of water every day. And it's like consistently discipline.
Now for President of the Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation, Mr. Danny Sumner, Saturday night was a smashing success. The goal now is the selection of a CAC team to represent the 242.
Well, we're going to pick a national team in a week time that will go to the Dominican Republic to compete in the Central American Championship.
So
Will that be a difficult process for you guys trying to field a team?
It will be difficult. I mean, looking at the talent that we have and the money resource, which is not there, it's going to be difficult.
And from baseball, this is a busy time for Freedom Farm and Jeannie Scavallo. Starting this week, they will be traveling the planet with a number of baseball teams.
We have actually 8 teams going off. We have 2 coach pitch teams, a 9-10 team, 11-12 team, and a 13-14 team that's going to Richmond, Virginia next week. It's pretty competitive. That's the Metropolitan Junior Baseball League, where you have teams from all over the various states coming to gain the trophy there. And then we have an 11-12 that's going to Beirut, right there in West Palm Beach. We also have 2 girls team going to Tennessee, a 14 and under team, and also a 16 and under team. And we also have a 9-10 team that's going to South Carolina. So we have a lot of traveling within the next 2 weeks to give kids more exposure.
Well, you guys at Freedom Farm are very busy.
Yeah, it's a busy season, never ends, calendar all year, round the clock. Got to keep going. That's what we need to do to be successful in baseball.
Now, according to Deron Donaldson, BTLA president, there's a reason why the Gombe International Tennis Classic attracted a number of tennis players from all over the world to our country. They simply love the Bahamas.
It's close to the U.S., so the U.S. is driven to come here. And, I mean, the more our players get in this tournament, and some of them are not ranked, honestly, it'll appeal people to come here with them not being ranked, but a lot of our players are getting ranking, so we're still working on how can we really get a lot of players here, but I think for the most part we have a great mix from all over the world here.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Monday. Once again, I'm Julian Gibson. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues in a moment.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.